Greetings and salutations and happy Halloween. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TerrorCrave. Jason, I know you are very excited.
I
We
am.
are right there, day of
It's Halloween.
recording, right before Halloween, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't get my Force of Fear up, but happy Halloween first.
Yes, happy Halloween.
But just time. I ran out of time. Didn't have time, and I didn't want it to be okay. Not as good
Right.
as previous years, so I just didn't put it up.
So what you've done though is created an intense amount of anticipation for next year's event
Yeah,
because you didn't do it this year, right? They're already going to be like, what? What? What's
yeah.
going on? And then maybe you can even create a legend behind it as to why there was not one this year.
Yeah. I'll have to do something. Something came through and took the whole thing away or something.
Yeah.
No, I did. I was talking with my wife, and she said, everybody that comes here, because I'm still gonna like hand out candy and stuff like that. You can still trick or treat at my house, just not go
So there's no
foraging
you
through
haven't shut
my woods.
Halloween. You haven't shut Halloween down
Not all the way,
all the way. I mean, you're still
right?
going to. All right, good, good, good.
But I
That's
didn't.
good.
I didn't decorate it all, other than there's some pumpkins out on the front steps. I know,
Who am I
crazy.
talking to?
I know. Well, I
Who am
didn't
I?
have time. Well, okay. So when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do it, I pretty much said, "I'm not doing Halloween at all." I told my wife. She said, "You're like pouting." I was like, "No, I'm not doing any. I'm not putting any decorations up." So I'm sure before tomorrow night, which is Halloween, I'm sure that my wife or Ethan or somebody will go out and hang something up or do something, but I'm not.
What if you woke up in the morning and the
That
ghost of Halloween's past have
uh, oh,
created such a fabulous
it,
uh, outside for you, man? Your Halloween wishes have come true. You know what I mean? You got the decorations all set up. Dare I say, the Forest of Fear is ready to rock
oh,
and roll.
it would be like a Halloween miracle. That's like something you would
Yeah,
think like a Christmas movie. They wake up and everything's decorated or something like.
that's what I
Yeah,
was
well,
saying.
there are movies like that. Um, oh, that would be wonderful. That's a great movie idea.
There we go. You know what?
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm here. I'm here to give you these
yeah,
ideas, my friend.
I know. Yeah,
You
we
just
just
run and you run with them and create the best part of them. I just give you the
yeah.
idea.
Sure. That's what we need, another movie to start doing some read throughs on. We only have three in the waiting right now. So let's say it a
So,
fourth. Thanks, Lee.
no worries. I'm here for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So have you been watching a bunch of Halloween movies or scary stuff this weekend?
I have. But before we even jump into that, man, I've got to ask you. A few weeks ago, I brought up David S. Pumpkin.
I did go look it up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
So
I
I bring
don't
it up again. Go ahead.
I was like them. I was like, I started actually thinking about it, and I was like, did Tom Hanks play that character in a movie or something? I said, why am I not getting this? And then it was like, okay, now I see what's going on. It took me a minute because, I was like, well, who? And then it was just like, all right, well, now I feel as stupid as the people in the elevator. You know what I mean?
I can't believe that you missed that from all those years ago. That was like the first skit. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 2016, 2017.
Yeah,
You
it
know
was
what
a
I
while
mean?
back.
Yeah. But I bring it all up to say because last night, the Halloween episode of SNL, guess who made their appearance?
Oh, did he
Old
come
David S.
back?
Pumpkin. He came
Oh,
back, came back in a brand new skit, which was very funny still. I just love it. I love the absurdity of it. You know what I mean? It's just
yeah.
nothing. It's just it's just so dumb. It's so funny though. I love it. I love it.
I
So I'm
think
glad
that
you went
would,
back and checked it out.
no, I think it, I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, I wonder if I had like somebody dress up as the night shifter and be standing there on the floor and they come up and it's like, oh, it's the night shifter. And like, who? Like, and now everybody knows who the night shifter is. So I don't know if it would work the same way though.
Exactly. Everyone knows who the Night Shifter is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, I'm glad. All right, because I had to bring it up because I did. It grabbed my attention when he popped back on last night, and I was like, oh, look who's back. And I was like, let me go back and ask Jason if he actually had done the research on this. or gone back to see. So I'm glad you saw those skits because they are very, very funny.
Well, I'll have to go back and watch this one now because I did think it was funny. At first, it was like, wait a minute, and then I got it. Took me a minute.
There
Culpeper
you go.
schools.
So, dude, to answer your question though, yes, I actually have been checking out a few. Um, Quinn and I have been trying to watch some horror movies. One that we watched, and I was called The Wretched. Um, that was on Netflix. And have you seen that by any chance?
I have. It's been a few months ago, but I did watch it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It's very reminiscent to me of the original Fright Night. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
the boy moves in next door, and there's a witch, and no one believes him. And he can't make anybody believe that there's a witch living next door. And what was crazy about the movie to me is the fact that the little boy that's living next door at one point, you think is kind of going to be there in the movie for a bit, but then he gets killed. I mean, she kills children in this movie. You know what I mean? Kids, you don't really think. I thought the kid was going to be like almost a battle for his life. You know what I mean? But then there's also a nice twist where there was another boy who was missing his brother, who had been there the whole time and who he had already forgotten about. It was just a really. I liked it. I liked that movie a lot. I liked the twists, and the fact that they went places that I didn't expect them to go by the killing of the kids.
it was a good movie. That was a good one. It's funny to me when people are like, "Oh, you're going to watch a scary movie this weekend?" It's like, watch one every weekend, watch one every night. What are you talking about? So,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like Halloween for most people is when they start the 24-hour or the 48-hour like horror movie marathon, and
Right.
just like at my house, that's like a round of the year thing.
There you
Just
go.
watching scary movies all the time.
We enjoy good scary movies, but it
Yeah,
is something about watching them at this time of the year as well.
yeah.
Um, but so no, I checked that one out. So yeah, we had never discussed it before, and Quinn and I popped it in, or popped it in. Wow, like we were. I guess well, you know what?
Would
Technically, we could have
Would
gotten
you
it from
go
a
to
red
Blockbuster
box.
over the
As
weekend?
I say,
Get
so I'm
you?
thinking, wow, what am I saying?
Yeah.
Popped it in, but then I was like, you know what? Actually, I could have just let that flow because that could have made sense. It could have been a red box DVD, Blu-ray, what have you. But no, it was a Netflix streaming. That's how
Yeah,
I
only,
watched it.
only young people would be wondering what you were talking about. Everybody else
Yeah,
would have got it. Oh,
would have got it right.
he was talking about a VHS tape.
Yep, but I still like to think that our audience is relatively young,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I mean, aren't we
Uh,
relatively young still too? Come on, I mean, aren't we the prime age for 18 to
yep.
34 now?
Yeah, well, I still have some color in my beard left, so not that bad. Couple more years, I know I can get like a part-time job as Santa Claus at the mall,
There you
which
go.
is insane. Have you already seen like all the Christmas decorations and stuff it like on Prime they're sending me alerts it's like early Black Friday day. So I was like, wait a minute, man. Calm down.
Yeah,
Like
I,
already?
I was at Target a couple weeks ago actually, and there was the Christmas decorations that were up. I've a few years ago it dawned on me that it does happen because I think I've said this before on the show. Came home taking the kids out trick or treating,
Yeah.
and we had the TV on, and there was this is Halloween night Christmas commercial came on, and I'm like, what? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? At one point, I was like, I just was kind of surprised by that, So I would imagine I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised tonight if I didn't see a Christmas commercial or
No,
something
I
on.
saw two
You
earlier
know?
watching the Dallas game.
Oh, you did? All
Yeah.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
last night on our way home from our football game, uh, just on the ride home, somebody had already put up like all the big air balloons out in the yard. And I mean like a lot, man. And first of all,
Really?
it's a pet peeve of mine. You can't have two Santa Claus air balloons. I don't care if one of them he's in an airplane and the other one he's just, over there with Rudolph or whoever. One Santa Claus, one Grinch, one Rudolph. You know what I mean? One
I'm feeling
Snoopy.
you.
Can't have 5 or 6 Snoopies. Come on, man.
Right, right. No,
Come
that
on.
makes sense. That
I
makes
saw
sense.
somebody that had 6 Ninja Turtles. Blasphemy.
Well, hey, I
What?
like
Although they did have the other.
there's
Don't
my
get too in detail about that. You know what
uh,
I'm talking about.
I was gonna say there might have been a female Ninja Turtle out there floating around, and I'm not. I believe there is one. I don't know her name. I think it
Yeah,
might be Susan. No, that's not right. That's not.
Susan. Yeah, that goes good with Raphael and Donatello, and
Leonardo,
yeah,
Michelangelo. Yeah,
yeah,
I,
and
I thought
Susan.
so. Yes. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I
And
thought it fit right in.
yeah,
Nay. Okay. Go back to the
Oh,
drawing board.
maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Could that be
Oh,
the seventh turtle? Maybe. No.
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe so. Hey, I watched a movie called Dash Cam. Have you seen
You,
that?
I have not seen Dash Cam, but I want to see it. I've definitely come across it. Is it you recommend
Yeah.
it?
Yep. I won't say a whole lot about it, but yeah, I recommend it. I recommend it. At some points, the lead star gets a little annoying or something, and then you just want her to die. I'm not saying she did because I don't know. At some points to me, I was like, "Oh, you deserve it. If you do get killed, you deserve it."
Right.
Just because I don't know.
But her character aside, good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't bad. I would recommend watching it. Check it out.
Some good shocks and some good scares.
Yeah,
All right, I'll check that out, dude. Um, so I was hanging out though, because Quinn and I, like I said, mentioned previously, we kind of have some horror movies on. And sometimes during this time of year, if I'm doing things much like you, I think you've mentioned as well, I'll put a horror movie on as some ambiance. You know what I
yeah,
mean? To kind of
yeah,
have to kind of keep the whole
yeah.
Halloween vibe going on,
Sure.
amongst the jack-o'-lanterns and things.
Yeah,
So I put on Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives.
my
Uh,
favorite, by the way.
Jason, it's really mine as well.
Yep.
It's really up there. I think
What's
six
your
and
second
four.
favorite? Yeah, for number four would be my second one.
Yeah,
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 you're a wise man,
six and
Lee.
four. You too, dude. You too. That's why we do this together, man.
Yeah,
It makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah,
Um, I will say, so I put it on, and Quinn was going out with some buddies last night, and they were going up to the Cox Fields of Screams or whatever it's called up here. Up here in Northern Virginia, they have that, so they him going out. So I had that on too to kind of get him in the mood. You know what I mean? Although I think these older horror films have a hard time keeping his attention. You know what I mean? And I think back, and it's like I don't remember it being like that for me, and maybe that's all we had. But when I was growing up, the black and white horror films, I really enjoyed those. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The
yeah.
Dracula and stuff like
Yep.
that, even though they were in black and white, and I was coming up to the age where there was color. But I think I'm not sure what it is, but they just have a harder time getting it. You know what I mean? Like we're
Sure.
talking about watching the Halloween movies, and I was like, I don't know if I should start with the original one because if he was just going to be bored to tears, I was like, that's a classic though. You have to see that, and then move into the new trilogy.
Sure. Sure.
Or just start with the first one of the new trilogy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then just kind of bypass that. I don't know, but I say all this to say the Friday 13th Part 6, even though it's one of my favorites, I still think there's some craziness in that film that goes as far as like it just putting it on again, watching it with him and watching it through his eyes, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the guy runs into the what's his name? Tommy Doyle. Or no, Tommy Jarvis.
Jarvis. Yeah.
Yeah, who is Tommy Doyle? Is that
I was
is
thinking,
Tommy
oh,
Doyle Halloween?
yes. Yep.
They had two
That,
characters named Tommy. Is that right?
yeah.
Am I making that up?
No, no, it's Tommy Doyle. That's who what's his name played in the
Anthony Michael
Halloween
Hall.
Kills. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So I wasn't too far off, but all right. But Tommy Jarvis runs into the police station. The sheriff jumps up out of his chair and pulls the gun on him. And it's
Yeah.
just like I just thought that was kind of a crazy thing to do for a guy who's coming into the sheriff's station. He hadn't seen him yet or met him yet. You know what I mean? And he just takes just and it's just funny to me. It's the '80s films, I guess, but there was always these cops that took just a shine, a hatred towards the outsider who came into town. You know what I mean, or whatever it was.
Well, I looked at when I watched that with Ethan. The first thing I thought of is when the deputy jumps up and he's got this new laser that you can put on your gun,
Yeah.
and that thing's huge, man. It's like a huge mount over top the barrel. And I'm thinking, I was like, I bet Ethan's going to say something about that. And then Ethan's like, why is the laser thing so big? And I was like, I knew he was going to say something because, the games that Fortnite or whatever he plays.
Yeah.
But on this one, it looks like a flashlight on top of the gun as the lasers.
Yes.
But
Yes. No, I mean, it's still great. I still love it. I really do. But it was just kind of something funny watching it through, like I said, through his eyes, some of
sure.
the things that were happening in it. We're just like, what? You know what I mean? But I remember, and I actually, the Friday 13th movies for me, like I remember watching them for the first time actually, and I watched them, and I would never watch a movie series this way right now, by the way. But back
Oh,
then, I just was so excited to see Friday 13th. But I'm saying I watched 3 and 4 first, and then I watched 1 and 2. That's how
oh,
I saw
really?
the Friday 13th. You know what I mean? Like I
So
remember,
you
like,
knew
and
about
I
his
remember
mother and everything
I think
already?
so. I think I'd known about the just the whole mystique and like, it was so huge back then. You know what I mean? The Friday 13th movies, but I remember specifically renting them from AIDS. That is where I got them from. I
Yeah,
got them from AIDS
department store, by the
department
way.
store. Yes,
Yeah,
AIDS department. Yes, and for those in Colorado know, AIDS department store was
yeah.
it was yeah, it was
Awesome
department
store,
store.
by the way.
Yeah, awesome store. But they had a little video section, and I remember Saturday on a Saturday afternoon, I got 3 and 4, and I
Yep.
watched them back to back, and I was like, "Oh, these are great," you know what I mean? And then I saw 1 and 2 later on. But I say that to just say it was just
I don't
funny
know if
to think
I
about
saw
because
them
I
in
recently
order.
watched it.
I may
Yeah,
have been the same thing. I may have seen because I know three was in 3D, and I know at that point I was probably around the age I could rent them or close to it.
right,
Like I don't know, I can't remember, but I don't. I think I probably started with three, maybe two before that. But
right.
I know I didn't see the first one until after I saw another one.
Okay.
So
Um, and for both those movies, actually, even if you didn't, they kind of give not parts, 1 through 4 at least. They gave you a recap of the other movie when this movie started actually.
yep,
You know what I
yep,
mean?
yep,
So three when three started, I think that they give you a recap of what happened in part two
yeah.
as in the beginning to kind of catch you up. So I think that's how I kind of was able to really kind of comprehend what was going down. You know what I mean?
Is it three or
Not that
four?
it's Oscar writing films where I couldn't comprehend what was happening, just jumping into three, but it was.
Is
But
three
what was your
starts?
question?
Three starts with the girl who escaped. It like
At her house?
yeah,
No,
with the
that's part two.
refrigerator.
That's part two.
Part two.
Yeah,
That's right. The girl with the.
she
I got you.
finds his mom's head.
Yeah. Well, three starts with the girl in the hospital, right?
No,
Like the boy. Where's the boy? The
no,
boy in
that's
the.
how. I don't think three starts that way.
I'm all mixed up now.
Two ends that way. Oh no, three ends that way. She's like, "Where's the boy? Where's the boy?" Three ends that way because she's the boy jumps up in the water or out of
Hey,
the in the boat out of the water and gets her.
all right.
Yeah. So that's three. That's how three ends, and then 4 kind of shows that recap. And then continues on from there.
Do you remember any kind of recap in Jason Takes Manhattan?
No, and Jason Takes Manhattan is the one I've seen the least.
Yeah.
I would say, like, I don't think I've ever seen actually Jason Takes Manhattan from beginning to. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Sure, I've seen it from beginning to end, but I've seen it at least beginning to end, at least I should say.
So if
You
somebody
know,
asked you any Friday the 13th movie to pick to watch, which one would you choose?
oh, 4 or 6.
I'd say the 2009 remake.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Ha.
didn't. Yes, no.
You
Well,
weren't
then, yeah,
including that one, were you?
I was not including that one. I was thinking of some of I was thinking of the old ones. But
Yeah.
no, yes, obviously that one is fantastic. That's a great one.
Do
You
you
know
ever
what I
look
mean?
back on those old movies that we used to watch and were scared and like watch them now and wonder why you were scared? Because the movies that they make now, there's almost tension from the beginning of the movie throughout the end. And back in those movies, it was kind of calm, and then the tension would build up, and then it would let off. And a lot of the movies now, it's just like the whole time you're like, oh man.
Right,
And
right. Yeah.
did you watch Barbarian, right?
Yes, I did watch Barbarian. What did you think, man?
I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was pretty good, man. And that did have some pretty high tension moments in it. Um, it had a couple of people in it that I didn't know were in it.
Oh, really? Like who was shot
Well,
like
I think
surprising
I
to you?
I think from the preview I saw like a clip that had Justin Long in it. Is that his name,
Uh-huh.
Justin Long?
Yep.
From Jeepers Creepers and Tusk. When he in Tusk? There
Yes.
you go. Yeah. And Oh, I forget you don't like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I
Um,
was really hoping you would just not even think about that one when you said it, but you did.
so he was in it, and I knew it, but uh, Richard Brake.
Yes. Yes, he was in it
So
as
so
well.
he was in it, and that was cool because I had no idea that he was in it.
Right. No, I think the movie was I really enjoyed the movie, and it was, in fact, they had Bill Skarsgård in it also, so he has become kind of a horror icon.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of kind of horror stuff, and obviously he played Pennywise in It Part One and It Part Two.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was in it, and you're kind of he's in there as almost like a red herring.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because
Yep.
you're thinking, oh well, this guy's in it, and he's and with the whole thing about this, the Airbnbs being scheduled on top of each other like that,
Well, yeah.
he's a bad dude. He's a
Yeah.
bad dude.
Just watch
He
the trailer.
Yeah, and guess what? He wasn't. He
No,
wasn't, which
I
is
know.
very
I know.
shocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really kind of cool. It was I really enjoyed that movie. I did. It was
Yeah.
well, I didn't expect where it went. Did you? I mean,
Um,
did you already know about something before you watched it? Did you?
no, 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 no. I didn't know anything about it. I thought that Bill Skarsgård was going to be the bad guy. He was just some crazy serial killer or something like that, and it was totally different from what I thought it was going to be. The tunnels underneath of it, which, by the way, man, I think we talked about this the other day, but if I went to a neighborhood and I was staying in an Airbnb, I don't care if it was at night or not. But if I look down the street, and you could kind of see a little bit when she was standing there after she rang the doorbell or whatever,
Yeah.
you could see what that neighborhood was like, man. I'd be a little bit off right there. I would just go
No
on back to
lights
my car,
anywhere.
man.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
lights anywhere from. It was rainy and dark. Yeah, it
And
was
even worse the
very.
next morning.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
And she
It
left
was
and
like
came back. What in the world, man? I wouldn't have gone back to that place.
when she was meeting with her at the interview, and I was like, "Oh, so where are you staying?" She was like, "Oh, I can't remember where she said, Maryfield, for instance."
So,
What? Maryfield? It,
yeah, I know.
no, come on, where are you? There's a what?
Yeah,
You can't stay
why?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know.
can't stay there. No, I mean,
Yeah.
she was like, but she did try to get the hell out of there. But not really. I mean, she did.
She didn't try hard enough, man.
I mean, she was. Yeah, it was
So,
definitely crazy.
they did I miss something, or who was the lady that like they actually talked to on the phone about it? Or
So I really think what had happened was just an honest mix-up. What do
so
you
they
mean?
didn't know that they didn't
No,
know that other like the passageway was down there?
I really think that this was all just a huge.
Oh, they discovered it and didn't know that it was.
No, I don't think the renters knew anything
Wow.
about these tunnels or the secret passageway being under there. I don't think they knew anything about it. I really think that they were just, the place had been sold. That man went down there and lived, and the guy who was kidnapping those women and keeping them, and
Yeah.
just doing the terrible things to them and doing terrible things to their children. It was horrible, really, about that. The Richard Brake character that he played,
Yeah.
and then they showed him setting up another kidnapping. We went into the bathroom and unlocked the window for he was already planning the
Yep.
next one. And all you saw the videotapes. There was just so many women down there. Um,
Until
Justin
part two
Long
comes
also
out, and that turns out to be his daughter on the phone who is luring people there for her father.
maybe
I don't
maybe that
know.
what it is. But
No,
I
I'm
feel
like
like
you. I don't think they knew anything about it.
no, I think they don't. I don't think they do. I think it was just an honest mistake too with the mix-ups on having the double booking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that's what it all was. And yeah, it was definitely it was a crazy movie. It was a crazy movie for sure. And Justin Long was playing against type. He
Yeah.
was kind of he was the not a good person in this film. Not a
No,
good
man.
person at
He was a
all.
jerk.
Yeah. And it was funny too. The guy who directed it was is a comedic guy. He was his name's Zach Greger, and he was in a comedy troupe called oh my gosh, I can't remember the name. The Whitest Kids You Know.
Oh,
He's part of they're a comedy troupe,
I
and
thought that was my neighbors.
no,
I'm totally kidding on them.
and he went and he wrote and directed this movie. And he's really good friends with Jordan Peele. He had Jordan Peele take a look at it. in all, because they kind of know each other, I
Cool.
guess. But it was just interesting that this guy was mainly known for comedy and wrote this. And he said he wrote a book that's basically, I can't remember the name of the book, but it's a book that talks about red flags that women see but ignore. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
kind of what he was like, oh, what if we, and that's kind of what he did. Because this girl is seeing all these red flags about this guy. But even though, all these things he was being, and he thought he was being so helpful, but he's carrying her luggage,
Yeah.
he's just doing these things and this, da, da. Um, and it's, I just like the way it went, and you think it's going to be one thing, and it turns into a completely different thing with the arrival of the mother.
It could have been a really short movie because I loved when she opened the door and saw that there was like these stairs going way down. She was like, "Oh hell no," and
Yeah,
just like was turned around. I was like, "Good for you." And then I was like, "She's gonna go back. She's gonna go back." No way I would go down in something like that. I mean, if they took you, I'd think about it. I mean, I'd
right,
think hard about it, but I think I'd probably go back outside and call somebody to. I mean, what am I gonna do if I get down there to help you, Lee?
right. I
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna have to get some assistance for you.
And
Just
her
hang on.
phone, and I forgot. Yeah, she was, and she was trying to leave, and even then, you're thinking, oh, is this dude? No, because he wouldn't really. He was kind of standing in her way a little bit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? He was
yeah,
like, wait, just wait, just wait.
yeah,
And just,
yeah,
oh, come on, wait, just. You're like,
yeah.
oh, what is this he doing? Is he? But he wasn't. He didn't have anything to do with it.
No, no. The
He
whole
had
time
nothing.
it looked like he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like now there was a part in the trailer that I don't really remember seeing in the movie. I know at one point she woke up and her door was open, and
Yes.
then like she went to check on him, and he was having like a nightmare or whatever, which was weird, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It was giving you all
Uh,
these like other red flags about
yeah,
him.
but if you go back and watch the trailer, they show her like waking up and looking towards the door, and you hear somebody running away. I don't remember that part in the movie though. I think she just woke up, saw the door open, and then went out.
Yes, that's how it happened. And
Okay.
she asked him, yeah, at least, sometimes they film different parts of trailers and then show you to
Yeah,
kind of throw you off as to what's
that's
going to
a
happen.
that's a BT Haunt production trailer there. It might that whole trailer might not be in the movie. We don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
But no, it was awesome, and I liked how the guy, the homeless man, I mean, it was set up right there though. It was like a layup. He put it up there. He said, he's like, how do you know he's not gonna come in here? I've been here 15 years and she has never come in.
I know.
Bow! Right through the
Gone.
wall. You know
Gone.
what I mean? And then tore his arm off and
Yeah.
beat him with it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was quick.
You
You didn't
know?
take her kids away though. That's why he wasn't. That was insane, man.
Yes. And then, but at the very end though, it showed that she had the woman who was trying to get away, played by Georgina Campbell, who did a really good job.
Yeah,
Um, she had empathy for that mother,
she
because
did.
if you think about it, the mother was actually a victim herself.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? She
yeah.
had been kept down there, was bored out of the terrible things that had happened to her mother, and then whatever, and then probably the things were happening. You know what I mean? And then it was just then so she was a victim, and all she wanted was a baby.
I don't care, man. All I'm thinking
All she
about is
wanted was a
her trying
baby.
to breastfeed
Oh my
Justin
goodness,
Long. Oh, that
that
was
was
disgusting, man.
horrible.
That
There's
was
actually
bad.
a deleted scene, not to be too gross, but there's a deleted scene that I watched yesterday, I think, or somewhere that I was reading an article about it because they're doing all this press about it again since it just came out on HBO Max, and they had a released deleted scene where it was even worse in the bottle. Whatever
Yeah.
was in that bottle, who knows what was in that bottle, by the way. But
Oh,
you know what
I
I
bet
mean.
it wasn't
But
milk.
I know, it had hair all over.
That was
Oh, that
nasty.
was nasty.
That was nasty.
But there's a scene where she sees this while she's got Justin Long, held down or whatever. She sees this rat running, so she grabs this rat and then bites it in half, and then I think she spits the part of the rat into Justin's mouth. The eyes is
Oh,
open,
they should have
and then
left that
tries
in.
to get
That's
him to
awesome.
eat it. It was so nasty.
Ugh.
It was so nasty. Yeah. Anyway, but Barbarian was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. I like the way they play with time a little bit too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Kind of show you what was happening, and
Sure.
And then did the flashbacks with Richard Brake's character and all. But yeah, it was really surprising. Good, very good movie. I know we've talked a lot about the spoilers here, but the best way to see that movie is to go in blind. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we were watching it, and that mother ran out of the shadows. Cindy was after it happened with bow, bow. She said, "Wow." She said, "I did not see that coming at all."
No.
You
No.
know? Yeah.
Um, hey, I did hear something earlier today where Silver Shamrock has told everybody to bring their masks back. Do not wear them, especially during the 9 p.m. commercial or whatever tomorrow
Oh,
night.
okay. Has that
So
been?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
better? Okay. Good.
So
Good. Thank
if
you.
you have
Heads
a
up.
Silver Shamrock mask like these, you're not supposed to wear them tomorrow. You can take them back.
Okay. Good. I'm
So,
glad. I
yeah,
wonder
I
what
don't
I
know.
wonder what the recall basis of the
I don't
recall.
know. It's odd. I don't know. I'm gonna have
Really?
mine on. I don't listen to that stuff.
Oh man. So what else is big? What else we've talked about? I wanted to ask you this, and I texted you this not too long. I'm not sure if you knew what I was talking about. 28 Days Haunted.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I'll touch base on that for a second because I don't want to get
Yes.
too many people upset. So I've done paranormal investigations a long time, and
Mhm.
I have seen stuff, heard stuff that I can't explain. Was it ghost? I don't know. It was paranormal. That's what I say. I've got video stuff. I've got stuff that's happened with my personal belongings that are supposedly haunted. But I did start watching that show, which is like a episodic thing.
Mhm.
So I started watching that, and when every group they put on there has their own psychic medium, that just like puts me off right there. I every group there is out there thinks that somebody in their group is a medium or a psychic and knows stuff that's going on and this and that. And I think that's the worst thing in the world that can happen because I'll tell you why. Because that person comes just because you're getting a feeling. It's cold in my office right now. I have haunted stuff in here. Does that mean that these spirits are walking around? No, it's probably because my heat's not turned up. But the other thing is, if I start telling you, Lee, that if we go to film at a house and I tell you that there are things going on in that house, there are ghosts and everything, you're automatically going to put it in your mind that there's something there.
Right. Hmm.
Because I'm a skeptical believer because I've seen stuff and I can't explain it. But I'm very skeptical because I've seen all the way around to people trying to fake evidence.
Hmm.
But if you have somebody that's saying they're a psychic and you walk in and they start, it's a heavy presence in here. I think there was a woman here. I think this and that. And I'm not saying that everybody's lying about that, but I'd say 99.999% are just making it up. I have met people that I don't know how they would have known that. If they didn't know it, then it was a lucky guess. But I'm not gonna put any names out there, the people that I've known to fake or the people that are true. But with this one, I was just watching some of that show and they walk in and it's like, I can feel this. And I think there was a this and that. And I was like, oh my gosh, stop. So I
Right.
was just turned off by the show. Plus they're people that Lorraine Warren and all them um have, or the most iconic people in the world, and people watch their movies and those movies are so Hollywoodized. None of that stuff really happened. I mean, it was so the story about Annabelle is so boring. They had to change it into a Hollywood movie. They changed the look of the doll.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's a true story and it's scary, why did you change the doll?
Yeah.
It was just a Raggedy Ann doll that they thought was possessed. And it didn't do this and it didn't do that. And it didn't carve its initials or write its name out or stuff like that. It's a bunch of crap, man. I hate when they have to lie on stuff. You know why people don't paranormal investigations? People love Ghost Adventures, the
Right.
show Ghost Adventures, because every time they go somewhere, it's a demon. Oh, it's malevolent. It's this, it's that. If you want what it's really like, then it's more like Ghost Hunters, where you're going into a building and you're sitting there in complete dark and silence. You're doing a recording, waiting for something to answer back. Sometimes it does. I got plenty of EVPs, and sometimes it doesn't. But there's a lot of times if I hear something on there and you listen to it and you say, I don't hear anything.
Right.
And then I say, it says, where are you? And then you just now got it in your mind that it's saying something, and it's going to be, oh, yeah, I can say it. It does sound like it's saying, where are you? So it's too much of that, man. Too much. The ghost hunting stuff is just going crazy. Um, even though I do have one that just came in that wants us to do an investigation.
I know, and I'm down for that. I'm excited about that.
And I think we're going to have to at least go out there, talk to the people, and maybe set up a little investigation. And, I've got all the newest equipment we can try out.
Right.
So see
Oh,
what you
wait.
think.
I thought we'll just discuss that more. I
Yeah.
going a little bit deeper now that I understood.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I am down for recording a show from there 100%.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not saying that I don't believe any of it. I'll just say that a lot of the stuff is not real. The
I hear you.
evidence that people have shown, and some of it's just crazy. The stuff I see on there that people are like, look at this evidence. You see my flashlight roll? Like, yeah, I've been to that place for an investigation. That floor is crooked. Anything you put down is going to roll.
Right.
Stuff like that. It's just like, come on. And people will do that just to make themselves look better. If I put evidence up, I'll say, and you won't see a lot of evidence from me, but the stuff I put up, I can't explain it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we can't wait to share the audience with them what we find when we go out there and do the show. But I had to ask you about that. I just had to.
I just can't get into it. I can't get into stuff like that.
I haven't watched it.
I do find Ghost Adventures entertaining, mainly because of like Zach and Aaron and stuff like that. But most of their stuff's crap too.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't care, man. What is just like every house have a demon? Like, come on, man. Demons sell. Demons are ratings.
There you go. Well, man, I think we have said it all this evening. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, one last thing. Game of Thrones, the House of Dragons.
House of the Dragons. I loved it. Finale was great. Oh boy, I knew he was done as soon as he got off. Well, as soon as he got off the dragon road there, the boy who died. What was his name? Help me out. Who was the kid who died? Rhaenyra's youngest son, when he went to go make the deal, and he got off his dragon.
One coming back,
and he saw Aemon's dragon there.
Oh yeah, that was it.
That was huge. It was a huge dragon. He got off, but I knew he was really, really done when he came out. It was raining.
Yeah, when it was raining,
it was pouring down rain.
Yeah.
He was getting.
Don't fly in this. Go back in and stay the night.
Yeah, I was like, he was like, listen to me. But I will say this: Aemon also, you could tell, did not want to kill him.
No, he messed. He knew he messed up. Now,
yes, that was not what he wanted to do. That was his dragon that did that. He was like, "You blow fire in my face."
Yeah. Yeah.
You blow fire in my face. Okay. Well,
it was like your fingertip against your fist. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah.
So I don't think he meant to do that at all. I think he knew he messed up at that point.
Yeah. So. But I really enjoyed this season of Game of Thrones. I really did. Way better than I almost, like I said, I've said it before, I almost didn't watch it. So glad I did, because I enjoyed the whole thing. I'm really disappointed that we're not a whole year without seeing a new episode.
2024, man.
Yeah,
that's what they just announced. 2024.
Yep. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. The war is on. The war is on now.
Yeah. And you finished Walking Dead, right?
Yes, I did. I'm up to date.
The last one actually premieres tonight, right? On AMC.
No, I think.
Weren't we like 1 week ahead?
Yeah, we are. But I think that we're still, what I saw at least, I already saw it. The one that came out today, I think I'm ahead. I might be an episode ahead of you. What's the last episode you saw? Yeah, what's the last episode you saw? Were they in the prison camp?
Hold on. Yeah.
And they had just realized they were
the
on the
train.
Bus, they had just realized. Yeah, they had just realized that they were being held at Alexandria.
Yes.
That's the last thing you saw?
Yep.
All right, and this has never happened before, guys, and I'm glad this is
Oh, I'm so
happening
upset.
right now. In on the record, this is recorded for posterity. I happen to be an episode ahead of
Dang.
Mr. Jason Butler on The Walking Dead.
I
Yes, I
actually, and
am.
that's terrible because I had like an hour to kill earlier.
Did you? Oh yeah,
And I,
man. You could have killed it with that. You
yep.
could have killed it with that. I think they come out. I guess they came out the day of. Not, you know what I mean? Like maybe today or
Okay.
when the new
Yeah, they
episode came
do.
out. I noticed
It
it.
comes out on
Yeah,
Sunday. I just thought last week I saw the one for this week and it
right.
was done. I thought the half season was done. And
Oh no, 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 no. It's still. I don't think half season. I think we're getting the whole run through of
well, see,
episodes.
that's what's messing me up then. I thought they were showing half because I was just getting ready to ask you when did they say the next ones are coming back out? February or something? But
No, it's coming out. I mean, like you said, you'll be able to catch this one. It's the run through. We're two after you watch the one that came out today. We are going to be 2 episodes away from the finale. So basically, there's
that's
three
it.
episodes left. Only three
Okay.
episodes. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
Ghost came back on too. The little series Ghost. Do you
yep.
watch that?
I
I like
do.
that.
I
Thanks.
have not seen. We have not seen the Halloween episode yet from this week, but
Me either.
we are all watching it. We really enjoy it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's really good stuff. I
So
like
you can
it.
say one movie to watch for Halloween. What would you have going on Halloween night at your house if it was you were just going to put something that has to be on?
Oh, well, I think it would have to be a Halloween film.
Like,
I really do. I think it would have
yeah,
to be a Halloween film. And it
yep,
would be preferably Halloween 1 or 2.
yeah,
Because I really do like the original sequel to Halloween. You know, um, Halloween 2. Even though this new trilogy discounts that film,
yeah,
but so it would have to be that or one of the newer ones. H2O, I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, it's good. It's not bad. I can have it running, but it's not a. I don't love that one. You know what I mean? But it's good.
yeah,
Halloween 3 and Halloween 4, 5, and 6. They could be on too, but I don't. They could be on,
yeah.
but
They
they're
can be
not
running in the
any of my
background.
favorites. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not any of my
as
favorites.
long as I catch the
So,
one with Busta Rhymes.
oh, that's
Yeah,
a terrible one. You like that one?
no, I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Resurrection. That one
Yeah,
was not good
yeah,
either.
no,
So yeah, so really for me, it's and again, 4, 5, and 6 are not terrible either. They could be on, but 1 and 2 or something from the new trilogy,
yeah. Agree.
except for
Do you put any
Halloween.
family movies on?
Oh, well, then, yes, that's a different story then, my friend.
Yeah,
It would have to be then, yeah, because I'm not watching. Those aren't on with Serena in the room, by the way. You know,
yeah.
the ones I just
Yeah.
named.
I was getting ready
Okay,
to say,
just to be
dang
clear.
man, how
No,
old did
no.
she turn?
So, 11.
Okay.
11.
Man,
Yeah,
you
and
let your
she's not.
11-year-olds watch that stuff? Man, I can't
Nah,
believe
she's not down for that. She's not down for
it.
that yet. But no, I guess family movies. Yeah, we've talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I like Boo 1 and 2s.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus is good to have on.
Haunted Mansion.
Um, Haunted Mansion
I
for
love that.
sure. I do like that one.
Yeah.
And I guess we get a new Haunted Mansion this spring.
Yeah, I heard. Is that like they're redoing the thing or?
Yeah, they're redoing. It's got a great cast. It's got Owen Wilson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and then I can't name any more. But even though I said it's a great cast, there's
Yeah.
only 2 that I can think of right now. But there's a lot more than that. I know that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's a great movie. I don't know why they're remaking it so soon, but I guess they. I don't know.
um, well, because that one didn't do great. Even though we enjoy it, that movie came out a few months after Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Pirates
Yeah.
of the Caribbean came out that one's in the summer, and then Haunted Mansion came out that fall. Pirates of the Caribbean, well, Rican did gangbusters,
Oh,
huge, huge, huge. Sequel after sequel after sequel.
yeah.
Haunted Mansion topped out at, I think maybe domestically 50, $60 million,
Yeah.
which is a decent showing, but it wasn't what they wanted a huge return off of that.
Sure.
They wanted to be that, and so it wasn't a huge blockbuster. Yeah, but this new one, it's got Jared Leto, Tiffany Haddish, Danny DeVito. I mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis. It's got Rosario Dawson, Winona Ryder, Lakeith Stanfield.
Dag
It's
on.
got, yeah, it's got a huge cast, man. And
What
should be
all
good.
characters are they going to be playing?
Uh,
I guess they're getting
Jared
like
Leto these are they're characters from the thing. I know Jared Leto's Alistair Crump.
okay. All right.
Um, oh, and then Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, is Madame Leota, who is the lady in
And
the
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right. So
And then the
you got two of like the five. Well, a couple of them have to be kids.
yeah, but I mean, those are the only people that I know of that are what characters are playing. I'm sure there'll be other. These actors are representing other characters from the ride, but I don't know
Well,
who they
that's what
are
I
yet.
was thinking. Maybe they have like the headless ghost from the thing or whatever. Maybe they're like Danny DeVito's playing one of them. I don't. Danny DeVito might be the
He's
caretaker or whatever.
he's playing the professor.
The,
I don't know
I
who
don't
that is.
remember. Yeah, I
Le
don't remember the
Professor.
professor.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. Like I said, Alistair Crump. I'm not sure who Alistair Crump is.
I don't,
Is he the
maybe
headless?
there's more characters than I actually thought of, but I didn't
Yeah,
know there were a lot of more characters in it.
yeah, man. Um, well, let's see who he is. He is the Hatbox Ghost.
Okay.
That's who he is. Jared
Yeah.
Leto. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man. Well, that'd be a great movie when that comes out. I know. Look forward to that. So I
Yeah.
think that's going to be. I think it's. I'm not sure if it's going to be out in theaters or if it's going to be a straight Disney Plus film.
Probably straight Disney Plus.
But it's got a great cast though.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
It really does. So
Yep.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, listen, my friend, it has been a pleasure as always.
Same.
And I hope you have a fantastic Halloween, my friend. I really do. Hope you've got a great showing of kids and get rid of that candy.
Yeah. Got gonna stay safe. Check all the candy before Ethan gets any of it. So anything I will like literally for him since I care so much. I will try each piece of candy. Just to make sure.
You're a good father. You
Yeah.
are. You
Yeah.
really are.
Yep.
Yes. And happy Halloween to all of our listeners as well. We hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween. Definitely get some scares, some booze in.
Yeah.
Let us know what your favorite horror film is that you like to watch during the Halloween time. I'd
Yeah.
love to hear what you guys think. As always, leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the share button, tell your friends all about us. And again, you can listen to us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcasts.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, my friend. I hope you have a great one.
All
Happy
right,
Halloween,
Lee.
buddy.
Happy
You take
Halloween.
care. Yep.